who have lost touch, you might say, with the music of the spheres. They've become so embroiled within, so sunken into the passions of their lives, as happens to most of us at one point or another, and we fail to hear the cosmic harmony, that this thing is a grand sort of rapturous symphony that we've lost touch with. But here, that's what has happened to these poor souls in hell. And then sort of Virgil leads them up through purgatory. The upper half of the earth is all continental. We'll see what those continents look like in a second. The lower half is all water. So you have this sort of isolated mountain here. Columbus, by the way, thought since after he discovered the Caribbean islands, his ships sailed much quicker going from south to north back to Europe than they did going from north to south, because traditionally the four rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, were thought to flow from paradise at the top of purgatory and thought to be the source of all the world's water systems. So he thought that was evidence of the waters of purgatory flowing upward. So he still had that cosmology in his head. When he died, he still had the medieval cosmology in his head and didn't realize that he had discovered a new world. He thought he had discovered the East Indies, which is why our Native Americans were originally named Indians, because he thought they were the East Indies. So then here you have Dante ascending through the spheres, and then here's the interesting final point I want to make about this is, when he gets to the world of the Empyrean, what Dante does is he has God in the center, and then he has all those spheres of angels whirling around God. So we have this duocentric system here. And this is the only example other than the Egyptian cosmogony of a duocentric system that you can find, which is very interesting because in a certain sense, as Rob Hand remarks in Horoscope Symbols, astrology does present a duocentric system to the cosmos. Yes, the planets are all whirling around the sun, physically speaking, and the sun is the physical center. What Rudolf Steiner will say is the etheric center of the cosmos. But man, the human being rather, is the spiritual center of the cosmos. What else is all of this about? So you have sort of Dante anticipating this duocentric idea. And then one or two final images here. Here's just a fun little image of from the Middle Ages of the angels turning the spheres. You can see how very mechanical it is. They've got these little levers, and this is very amusing. And this is a miniature that dates in the 14th century, which is interesting because